Good morning. I feel like saying, "Good morning, Vietnam." You know that movie? That's what I feel like. If you're catching the replay, make sure you hashtag replay so that I know you're here. So we're going to allow some people to join. We got to rock and roll fast this morning. I got to talk. Oh, I forgot what I was talking about. Hang on. Let me look. I have started, as I think I told y'all this, but like as I go through things throughout the day and like it's a learning lesson, I try to jot it down so I can come and teach it to y'all. That's what I try to do. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Jane. Carol sent me this shirt. I haven't worn it yet, but it's supposed to be 72 today. It's actually, I think, I think it's a Thanksgiving shirt, but my bibs cover it so you can't really tell it's a Thanksgiving shirt. So we just going for it. We're gonna wait till 7 o'clock before I get started. I hope I have some good lessons to come to y'all today. I got a new preaching stick. I'm all about some new preaching sticks, y'all. It just makes me feel good. Like this is such a summer preaching stick, is it not? Like my red one is Christmas, my pink one is Valentine's, and this is a summer kind of preaching stick. So I feel like I'm going to get some good preaching done today with this beautiful preaching stick. Just saying. I feel like it's worth the money that I spent to get this. Just saying. Don't y'all agree? We need a cute preaching stick, you know? It's just something we need. I feel like I can get things done a lot better when there's a little bit of color in the preaching stick. Okay, so today, I can't start talking yet till 7 o'clock. Okay, I know there's been a lot of new things on YouTube lately. Thank you, Marcia. Mary, Justin, and the gang is, oh my gosh. The group home is so special to me. So special. While we're waiting, so I'm all about telling you about new products that I try. So I got this because I'm ADHD when it comes to using products. I have to, I just need a cute bottle. I thought this kind of matched my preaching stick, So I got it. It's called Rainforest Mist. It's texturizing hairspray. I've been trying to use it. It says you can use on wet or dry hair. So it's 7 o'clock. It's time to talk. So it says start with the roots. I don't know. I've not used it, so I don't know if it works. But we're gonna try because I'm all about some flat hair. We're gonna try this. Okay. All right. So today, I am going to be writing. Well, now my hair's wet. It said to use on. Maybe I sprayed too much. I don't know. Today I'm riding with my vet. So I asked him. I was like, "What do I wear? What am I doing?" He said, This morning he has surgery, not we, because I'm not doing surgery on anything. But this morning he's got a couple of surgeries to do. So when I get off here, I'm going to run and go let the animals out. I did all my chores that I normally do in the morning. I did them last night before I went to bed. So everyone has water and all that stuff. But I'm going to go let the animals out. And then I got to jump in the car and drive to Arab, which is about 40 minutes to an hour, to his clinic. His clinic's at his house. So look how cute this preaching stick is. I am just saying. So I'm going to go to his house, do a couple surgeries. Then we're headed. He said, I don't remember how many he said. He said he's got a bunch of sheep and goat to trim the hoofs. I didn't even know he did that. Like, I don't know why. I just thought vets wouldn't do that. I thought just farriers did that, because it ain't like you have to be a vet to learn how to do that, right? You can go learn how to do it and do it yourself. So, and that's where farriers come in play, is they go learn and train to do it, and then they become a farrier. But I got to herd some sheep and goats today. Hey, I can do that. I know how to herd. So that's what I'm going to be doing this morning. But I'm going to be with him till 5 o'clock. So Mr. Shaney boy is going to have to put animals to bed tonight. And Kayla is coming here to be with my dad and do farm stuff. So Larry will be taken care of. Kayla will, as a matter of fact, he would probably prefer Kayla over me. Just saying. He always worries about Kayla. He asks me every single day, is Kayla coming? Is Kayla coming? I feel like I need to get Kayla's schedule and send it to Larry every single day, because every day he asks me if she's coming. And has for a long time. Every day he wants to know if she's coming. And he goes out there to figure out if she's out there or not. I don't know why, but it's like stuck in his head. Okay, so wait a minute. Is it Tisme? Tisme, Laurie? Okay, I saw that you said you didn't get your notifications. I saw you comment. Oh my gosh, I didn't get my notifications that you're live. You and everybody else. Okay, I don't know what is going on. Okay, I'll just tell you real quick. When I film this way, it goes in the live feed screen on YouTube. So people that do not know who their Aunt Judy is, that do not subscribe to my page, are able to see me live. Well, when I go on my computer, it films this way, and I'm not in that live. So I think what's happening, and I'm not positive. I did talk to Jason and Brooke last night about it, and they're not sure either, because it's something new. But I think when I film this way, it's not sending y'all notifications, because I'm not just playing to my subscribers. I'm playing to YouTube for the people that scroll through the lives now. Because, that's a new feature on YouTube. You can just scroll through lives and see people, kind of like you do TikTok or Facebook. Well, it's kind of new. So I think that's why you're not getting notifications. But when I film this way, I think you get notifications. Kayla and I are trying to figure this out. It may be a setting inside my YouTube. It's never happened before, so I don't really know. But Kayla is coming here today because she is the brains behind Sneed's Farmhouse. And she's coming to look at my computer today to see if there's some type of setting that I don't know if maybe I clicked it or did something. I don't know, but she's going to look at my computer today. But if you're not getting notifications that I am live, that is why. It's because YouTube is doing some different things, and I'm trying to figure it out. So just know that. Okay. Hang on. I'm about to burn my hair. Oh, this preaching stick's so daggone cute. All right. So I have learned some lessons. First of all, I want to say this before I even get started. When you watch me, you have to listen to my whole story. Did you hear what I said? You cannot come halfway in and start judging. Or you can't just listen to the first part and not hear the end and judge me. You have to hear the whole story because there's a lesson behind it. But you don't really know the lesson until the end because I have to prepare you because you know what? I'm a human being. You know, I have judged. I have discriminated, but you have to hear my whole entire story in order to understand where I'm going with what I'm saying. So if you just listen to me and I tell you how I used to be or something and you go, "Oh my gosh, I'm never watching her again. She is a straight up train wreck." You need before you totally judge me, I always say this, and I'm not just talking about my page. I'm talking about social media in general. Okay. I'm taking up for every single creator out there. Okay. This is not just Aunt Judy's page. But before you start judging someone by a short or, a 10-minute into the conversation, you didn't listen, you need to stick with that creator for 30 days, then make a judgment. Because if you just watch one reel and go, "Oh, girl, this girl is a total train wreck," then then you might be missing what you're supposed to be missing. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, that did not come out right. You may be missing something you're supposed to be learning from that person. I believe God puts people in our way for a reason, and I think that if you just judge somebody by a 15-second reel or one video, you don't really get the big picture. Like I could be having a bad day, and I'm on here crying, acting a fool. Okay. And if you judge me going, I am not about to sit and listen to this freakazoid that gets ready in the morning that's sitting there bawling her eyes out. Okay. You don't know me yet. You've got to sit and watch me for 30 days and then decide if I'm a freakazoid and I'm this weirdo that gets ready in the morning. I probably am, but give me 30 days. All right. I want to tell you what I've learned this week. If you have been following me for a while, you know how I am. I am the type of person when I give a gift, I always say this, but when I give a gift, I want the person to be like ripped up, excited. Like I want them to be doing front handsprings in the front yard going, "This is the best gift in the whole wide world." Like I want them to go to the extreme. I want them to just build me up, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like Shane hurts my feelings all the time because he always get like I'll say to him, I want when he goes places, I'm like, "Bring me back a surprise." He goes, "I'm gonna bring you back a surprise." Oh yeah, I'm gonna bring you back the same thing I brought you last time, which is absolutely nothing. He doesn't do that. He doesn't do surprises. I love surprises. And I think in my head that people should, and y'all probably do this too, people should react the way you react because the way you react is great. Like when I get something in the mail from you guys, I am doing back handsprings in the front yard. I am like a little kid in a candy store because I talk to you guys about love languages, right? And my love language is when people go out of their way to give me a gift and they put thought behind it. For example, this weekend, I got now this was not put on YouTube. This was put on Facebook. I'm sorry, sometimes it's hard for me to do both. But I had a subscriber write me a poem. Okay. When I read that poem about me, And I'm going to post it to YouTube today so you guys can see it. But if you want to go look before I post it, you can go to Facebook. It's on Facebook. But this subscriber wrote a poem about me. And when I read that poem this weekend, I can't even begin to tell you what that meant to me. That gift of a poem, this lady took the time to write a poem about me. And it, like, in her poem, it's stuff that I talk about in my lives. I can't tell you that I was in tears because I was in like shock that someone would say those kind words about me. I was in like a state of shock. Her name is Dawn Howell. Dawn Howell. Wait a minute. Is that right? Dawn Howell? For someone to take the time to write a poem about how she feels about me, and for someone to say those things about me, I was like, is she serious? Do I really do that for her? Now my hair's wet. Do I really do that for her? It was the sweetest thing I have ever read in my life. Another instance. So I call her one of my best friends because I feel like she is my best friend. I've never met her in person, but Jane Foster, she's here now. She puts together puzzles. Okay. She is Miss Puzzle Queen. She can put a puzzle together in 0.2 seconds. Okay. I am jealous of that because I have never been good at putting a puzzle together. I don't have the patience to put together a puzzle because I need it done now. And I can't sit still to do that. And I think it's the coolest thing that she does that. So I asked her, I said, if I buy a puzzle, will you put it together for me? Because when I hang this puzzle in my education center, her name's going to be all over it. It's going to remind me that she took the time out to make something for my education center. Gifts like that, writing poems for me, like a lot of times people think when I say I'm a gift person, they think I mean physically gifts. But understand that gifts come all different ways. Sometimes gifts are expensive. Sometimes gifts are, just from the heart. And sometimes the gifts that are just from the heart are the most like priceless gifts, like this lady made me coasters with Sneed's Farmhouse on it. And I was like, just like Carol, when Carol made me that Valentine shirt that had hearts with all my animals' names on it. That is priceless to me. Those are gifts that were like she sat like Jane. Jane is having to sit for hours putting together this puzzle for my education center. Every single hour that she spent, that is a priceless gift to me. Okay? It is. But I have to tell you what I have learned. I'm not going to call this person out by name. And the reason is because this person gives with a pure heart. Okay? And I realized she is a follower. She is quiet. If I said her name, y'all would have no idea who she is because she sits behind the scenes a little bit. She's not one, she's not, how do I put this? She's not in the light kind of, well, I don't know if that's the right wording. Let me think how I want to say this. She doesn't give like me. Okay. When I give, I tell you that I want Shane to go do front handsprings in the front yard. That's what I need. I need the person that I'm going, like when my kids open Christmas, I need them to be running circles in the living room going, "Oh my God, Mom, I can't believe you gave me this gift." That's what I need. This person that has been given to me, she's been given to me. I don't remember the first time I'll just tell you this. I was getting my hair done this particular day. And all of a sudden, across my donation, like where you can give to my farm on my website through donations. No, she didn't give through donations. She gave through Cash App. So I'm sitting there getting my hair done, okay? Just, talking to my hairdresser. And all of a sudden, this donation, first of all, I didn't know it was a donation, okay? Because when someone sends me Cash App, I don't know, like, why. I mean, I'm assuming it's a donation, but like, I don't know. So this person sent me a Cash App. And I'm sitting there getting my hair done. And I'm just going to tell you, it was a large amount. And I was like, oh, my first reaction was, oh my gosh, someone put an extra zero and sent me this Cash App. Oh my gosh, let me email them and tell them that I will send it back. That was my first reaction. I was like, there's no way someone would send me this donation. So I emailed her and I said, hey, it's Judy from Sneed's Farmhouse. I think you accidentally sent me too much money. I will be glad to send it back to you. I don't know who this person is. Like, if it was somebody that comments all the time, I would think that they meant to send that to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, if Mary sent me a Cash App and I know who Mary is because I see her comment all the time, then I would know, oh my gosh, that was so sweet of Mary. She sent me a donation. But this person, I've never even seen her name before. So I thought in my head, I'm putting my hair in a ponytail because I'm herding sheep today. Okay. So when the name came across and the donation came across, I honestly thought it was a mistake. I honestly was like, oh my God, this person is probably freaking out because she accidentally sent me this much money. So I emailed her and I said, oh my gosh, this is Judy from Sneed's Farmhouse. And I think you accidentally sent me too much money. I will send it back to you. And she said, no, I sent the right amount. And I was like, who is this? And I sat there in a state of shock because ever since I became nonprofit, I've talked about this before, but I've had trouble getting grants. I don't know I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I think first of all, you have to be a grant writer to write a grant. If you think you can write a grant when you've never written a grant before, you're not going to get a grant. It takes schooling. It takes training to learn to write a grant. It's not something that Aunt Judy that runs a farm can write, and it's never written a grant a day in her life can do. I've learned this the hard way. And another thing is, I don't know how to put into the correct words what I do for a living. Like, I don't know how to tell people. I don't sit there and write down everything how I give back. I just do it. I just do it. I don't sit there and go, okay, I donated this many eggs to this, food bank. I did this. I don't write down all that stuff. I just do it. I'm not one to just, I feel like if I wrote all that down, it sounds like I'm bragging about myself. Look what I've done. Look what I've done. Look what I've done. I donated this. I gave this for free. I had this school come. I feel like it's like I'm creating a big head for doing that. But if you don't do that, you can't get a grant because you have to prove to them who you're giving back to. So it's kind of confusing. So anyway, hear me out. Don't just I can't even flip and talk. Where's my, hang on. Hear me out, okay? Because I'm going somewhere with this. So this person gives me that way. And the next month, I don't know, maybe the next couple of weeks, I can't remember exactly, she gives again. And then for Christmas, she gave again. And then she keeps giving again. And I'm like, okay, I need to send her because a lot of people, a lot of companies, a lot of people that are looking for tax write-offs, right? You know how some companies look for tax write-offs? So they're looking for people, like they're looking for nonprofits to give to so they can get a tax write-off. Okay. In my brain, when that person kept giving, I was thinking, okay, they're giving because they need a tax write-off, which is fine with me, So I sent her a message after she had given a couple of times, and I said, hey, it was the end of the year. And I said, hey, I'm going to send you my tax ID. And she goes, I don't need it. And I was like, does this lady like me? Yeah, I'm like, so she gave to me this week again. And I sent her a video because I want to share with y'all what this particular lady has taught me about giving. She gives with a pure heart. And I realize that that's something that I'm lacking. When I give, okay, I need you to do back handsprings and toe touches in the front yard and tell me what a good job I've done. That's how I give. This particular lady gives with a pure heart. She gives, and she doesn't need recognition. She doesn't need me to go do toe touches in the front yard. She doesn't need me to do back handsprings or she doesn't need a shout out on YouTube or Facebook. She doesn't need me to do a video about how great she is. She doesn't need me to tell her what a great person she is for giving to a nonprofit. She doesn't need any of that. And over the past couple of months, it's almost as if, and I'm going to get religious for a minute, I say this every time, but when I throw my belief, when I'm talking about my beliefs, that doesn't mean that I need you to believe like me, because my page is a safe place. But we're all allowed opinions. So I'm telling you my beliefs, and I'm not trying to throw my beliefs on you. But it was almost as if she came into my life for God to teach me a lesson about giving. Because I don't know how to give like her. Let me ask you this. I'm not saying she gave me this much money, but I'm going to throw this out there for you to think about. If you're in the grocery store and there is a mother standing in front of you with a couple of kids, and you have this burning desire to buy her groceries. So she's standing in front of you, and for some reason in your mind, you're painting this picture that this is a struggling mother that's single, that has 3 kids, is trying to figure out how to feed her family. Like she's standing in front of you, and you visualize this struggle, and you're like, I want to help her. I want to help her. So you're standing in, let's say, Publix or Walmart or whatever, and you look at the cashier and you say, like the lady goes, okay, your total is $246. And the lady's getting out her dollar bills, and she's trying to get enough change to pay for it. And her kids are screaming, and you're like, I'm going to bless this lady today. And you go, ma'am, let me get your groceries. And this lady's standing there going, this lady's fixing to buy my groceries and they're over $200? This stranger is fixing to buy my groceries? Like, what the heck? Okay, you as a person, are you like me? Are you like me and need to go tell someone that you did that? Are you like me and like get home, like you're driving home and you're feeling like, wow, I just blessed that lady. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like are you like, I can't wait to go home and tell my best friend that I did this? Are you that person? Are you the kind of person that needs the recognition? Are you the kind of person that needed that mother to go run and tell everyone on her, like maybe she does a Facebook post and says, oh my gosh, y'all are not going to believe this sweet lady in Walmart paid for my groceries. This stranger paid for my groceries. Are you the type that needs recognition? I will say that if I did that, if I did exactly what I just said, I don't think that I would want recognition for that per se. So let's change the scenario. You have bought Christmas for your family. Okay. You didn't really have the money to go buy your family Christmas. You're on a limited income. But this particular year, you went and got what's it called? A Christmas fund, where you put a little bit of money all year long in this Christmas fund. And then, like Thanksgiving, you go withdraw the money out and go buy Christmas. So let's just say that you went and started a Christmas fund. I forgot what those are called. But anyway, so you have taken money out every single month to save for your grandchildren or your kids or your nieces or nephews or your wife or whatever. You're like, this year I am going to give my wife a really good gift. So I'm going to start this Christmas fund, not tell her about it. And I'm going to save every single month, every paycheck. I'm going to put Christmas club. Thank you. I'm going to put X amount of dollars the entire year for my wife, this beautiful diamond ring. Okay. And you are disciplined all year long. Okay. You are so disciplined all year long to give her this diamond ring or whatever, diamond earrings or whatever. So you did it. So here comes Thanksgiving, right? And you go withdraw your money out of your Christmas club to go buy the most perfect gift for her. And Christmas morning, she opens it up, and in your head, you're like, she's going to flip her lid. She's going to flip her lid when I give her this. And She takes the little present, and Christmas morning, you're so excited because she's fixing to open the gift. And then she opens the gift. She goes, "How'd you buy those? Where did you get the money to buy those?" And you're like, "Are you serious right now? Are you serious?" And she's like, "Honey, we can't afford these. Like, where did you get the money to? Are these real? Like, where did you get the money? We don't even have money to buy groceries, and you're out spending thousands of dollars on me diamond earrings." Like, so then she's not giving you the response you need. And you're like, "I've saved my flipping money all year long, and I could not wait for this moment for her to open up this gift. And she's sitting here questioning me where I got the money." You're wanting her to be ripped up doing donuts in the kitchen because she just got a pair of diamond earrings that you spent your hard-earned money to save for her, and she's not giving you the reaction that you need. Okay, so stop. So, are you given with a loving heart when your wife doesn't give you the reaction that you need? That is the $1,000,000 question. When Judy goes and gives her kids Christmas, and I save my money to buy my kids Christmas, and they're not doing donuts in the front yard and back handsprings and toe touches, am I given with a loving heart? What exactly do we need when we give people gifts? So when you guys send me gifts in the mail, and I'm very dramatic when I open a gift, okay? Like Kayla's the same way. I laugh because Kayla is just like me. When we open, "Oh my God, you are kidding me! Oh my God, this is the cutest shirt I've ever seen in my life. She brought me a preaching stick. You have got to be kidding me. This is going to look so cute with my mister. Look, they match. Oh my, that's me when I open a gift, okay? I'm over the top. I am over the top. Okay, I am. But like my kids and Shane are not over the top. So what am I when I give a gift and I'm wanting them to do back handsprings in the front yard? What does that mean? Let's break it down. Let's break it down. What is Aunt Judy needing when I need a reaction from people that I give to? I've been thinking hard this, and I don't even know if I completely know the answer. But we're going to break it down together. So if you're like me and you give expecting something in return, like a reaction, a shout out, like something, what is that all about? And I'm going to have to sit here and think for just a minute. It's not like this. Sometimes when I talk, it's not like the subject's there, but I don't really think about what I'm going to talk about. And then I get here on live and I'm like, what am I trying to say? So I need to sit here and I may have to talk this out for just a minute. Okay. So y'all just bear with me while I try to figure out the answer to this. What am I needing when I need someone to do when Shane does not do a back handspring because I gave him this gift? What am I needing from him? How do I give, like the lady that's been given to me, not expecting anything in return? How does she do that? It ain't like she gave me $10. Like she gave me a good amount of money. and she don't want my tax ID number. She ain't wanting me to do donuts in the front yard. She's not wanting a shout out on Facebook. She's not even wanting me to tell her where the money goes. Like, she gives with a pure heart. So I need to figure out what is up with me, because my desire is to be more like this lady and less like Aunt Judy, because I have realized through her that this is a flaw of mine. Like, me and Shane laugh about it, because when he opens the gift, I'm like, wait a minute. This is what we do. Wait a minute, Shane. Before you open that gift, what am I going to need you to do? I know you need me to go run in the front yard and do a toe touch and a back handspring. Yes. So I need you to be really dramatic. And we end up laughing about it because he knows how I am. So I'm going to sit here for just a minute and break all this down. And let me just kind of talk it out. I may say some things that made me not right, but let me just talk it out. Where did this come from? Okay, this is one thing. My mother was very giving. My mother was never home. I'm talking this out, so y'all bear with me. This is not planned. My mother was never home because my dad left my mother when I was in first grade. So I was like 6 years old. So mom was a stay-at-home mom when she was married. So when my dad up and left my mom, and from what I understand, and I've never really heard my dad's side of the story. So I really can't, there's always two sides. I've only known my mom's side. My dad never really talked about it. My mother went from staying at home with the only education she had was high school. So she had to start from scratch when my dad left, and we were thrown in daycare, and we never went to daycare. So mom always felt guilty because she was never home. And she ended up getting this job. She was an accountant, and she didn't have a degree in accounting. So she was always intimidated because she didn't have education. But she was in a position as though she should have education. But she kind of worked her way up into accounting manager. She was an accounting manager. Well, when she worked, she used to have to do billing at the end of the month. And billing at the end of the month required me and my brothers to stay by ourselves all weekend. And we were young. But mom couldn't afford a babysitter, and we were just doing the best we could do. You know what I mean? And so a lot of times, me and my brothers were left alone. We kind of raised ourselves at this point, because I want to say I was about 8 or 9 years old when we started being left alone, at home. She came home, but she would leave that morning for work, and she wouldn't come home till 2 and 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. So she was gone from 6 o'clock in the morning until 3 o'clock the next morning. So we were just by ourselves. That's just what we did. So mom had a lot of guilt because she was never home. So she showed love through giving us gifts. That's how she did it. That's how she expressed her love, is she made sure that I had designer clothes, and that I got to do cheerleading, and my brother got to do football. And in order for us to be able to afford to do those things, she had to work like that, because she was a single mom trying to figure out how to raise 3 kids on her own. And my brother was I have one brother that's 1 year older, and then I have a brother that's 5 years younger. So Greg and me and my older brother, kind of took care of my younger brother because he was 5 years younger than us. So I was almost like my brother's mother. I did homework with him. I gave him a bath at night. I tucked him in the bed. Like, he was like my little baby doll. Like, I took care of him. So mom showed love through gifts. You know, a lot of stuff that we go through and we try to break down and figure out, is majority of it is because of PTSD. It's because of the way we were raised. And if you try to figure out why you do the things that you do, you'll find yourself going back to childhood. You will. So I think that is how, you know, how my love language is gifts. I also feel loved when I give and people get super excited about what I give. Because usually when I give, it's because I've had to work and save my money. Just like I talked about in the scenario, if you saved your money for your wife for diamond earrings, I have, like, I'm not wealthy. So when I give, there's a lot of, I will go without to give. And I told the lady that is so giving to me, I told her that I'm good at giving back. If there's, I'm that lady in Publix or Walmart that's going to give to the lady in front of me that has kids. That's me. I'm I would give to people and go without. I am very loving and very giving in my heart. So that is not, not all people are like that. Not all people are giving. So I am that giving person. So, but I don't give. I give and expect in return. I do. I want my husband to do, I want him to be excited. And it could be something stupid, like I bought him a knife at the grocery store because I thought it was cool, or a flashlight. I still want him to get ripped up excited. Like, it's so goofy. I don't know. Hang on. But I think the reason that I need the reactions that I need from people when I give to them, I think it comes from my childhood, where that's how my mom showed us love. Is my mom didn't cook. My mom didn't have time to cook. We were the fast food junkies. Okay. So, like, we were always ripped up excited when mom came home with Wendy's hamburgers and French fries, because mom didn't cook. Mom didn't have time to cook. Mom was working 24/7. And so that is how she knew how to express love, is to give us. And y'all should have seen what it was like at Christmas at our house. It was crazy. The living room was so, because there was 3 of us. The living room was so packed with gifts. It was unbelievable. And it's not like it was a baby doll or a puzzle or like a toy. Oh no, honey, it was fur coats and motorcycles and diamond rings and watches, and like, mom went crazy at Christmas. And I want you to know that I got Christmas like that until the day she got sick. Like, it was, like, crazy, but it was so much fun for us as kids because it wasn't like we had 2 presents to open. We would be there till noon. Like, we would get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and still be opening presents at noon. And I can remember my brothers and I when Christmas morning would come around, we would be doing donuts. We would be like, "Oh my God, Mom got us a motorcycle. Whoa!" And my brothers would jump on the motorcycle and because we would always have Christmas at my grandparents because my parents were divorced. So I can remember my brothers out in the front yard doing donuts and jumping jumps on their motorcycle. And I can remember me in my Gloria Vanderbilt jeans and my diamond earrings and my fur coat going, "Look at me, ooh," take a picture. Like we were so ripped up, excited. That's how me and my brothers would react. And then like for our birthdays, well, Mom couldn't afford a birthday party. So we didn't have these elaborate birthday parties. I'm not kidding y'all. She would get us up at like 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay. And it would be a school day. She would get every one of us kids up at 6 o'clock in the morning with the birthday cake, ice cream, and the candles and presents. At 6 o'clock in the morning, we'd be like, "Happy birthday." But that's the only time we could celebrate it because she worked at nights. And I can remember, like that morning, me and my brothers would be at the kitchen table opening up because let me just tell you this. I guess my mom enjoyed summers. I don't know, but all of us were born in April. And Greg was born April 2nd. I was born April 27th. And Bobby was born April 28th. So the whole month of April was a celebration at my house. Like we had cake 3 times. We had birthday gifts, the whole month of April. It was like the perfect celebration. And you got to remember, because me and my brother are a day apart, 5 years, and, a day apart. On Thursday, we got up and sang happy birthday and cake and ice cream and presents for me. Well, the next day we had to get up, different cake. No, we did not have to share a cake. Everyone had their own cake. And it was just, she always made it a big deal. So I think in my brain that my giving and expecting things in return comes from my childhood of my mother parented out of guilt. She did. She felt so guilty that my dad left and that we had a broken home and that she was, and she was, I'm a lot like her. I'm the type, if you tell me I can't do it, I'm going to do it and become president. Just to say, that was my mother. You want to leave me? You want to leave me and this kids? Well, watch this. I'm fixing to move up in the career in my workplace, and me and the kids are going to do it by ourselves. You run off with that woman and watch what we can do. Watch this, and I'm going to become president. That was my mother. My mother literally hated my dad for leaving us. And she was bound and determined that she was going to take care of us and give us everything we wanted. And I will tell you, I was poor as ever. I never knew it because Mom was when she met Larry, my mother was in such credit card debt. It was unbelievable because she was trying to buy our love because she couldn't be there physically because of work. And she would try to show us love through giving us. So like every time, I can remember this too, is every single time that my mother would get a raise at work, we got presents. And like what would happen is we wouldn't know that she was fixing to get a raise. Mom would come home with like I always got jewelry. I guess that's where my frou-frou-ness comes from, but she would come in with 3 gifts, and she'd be like, "Everybody sit down, I got a raise." And then me and my brothers would get gifts because she got a raise at work. And I think what was she was feeling is she was parenting out of guilt because she was like, "Oh, y'all, I'm working so hard to try to raise y'all and give y'all what you need. Just bear with me. I'm so sorry I can't be at home, but I'm trying to make a living. I'm a single mother. I have 3 kids and y'all are all in sports and I'm broke as crap." So she would go put crap on the credit card and we would have no idea we were broke and that we were in debt. Like she never knew any of that. And I'm going to tell you, when she met my stepdad, okay, or when they started dating and they decided they were going to get married, Larry paid off all her debt. You see how loving he is and giving? He paid off all my mom's credit card debt. And I can remember her bawling her eyes out because my mom had been in debt her entire life, trying to raise 3 kids by herself. And she sat there. I remember her bawling her eyes out the day she wrote the check to pay off her credit card. And I don't know the balance, but it was some ridiculous amount. And Larry lived at home and saved his money his whole life. Like he lived at home at 40 years old. He never moved out. So Larry just saved his money because he didn't have no bills. He didn't have to pay nothing. He lived at home his whole life. And so he paid off my mom's debt. But I believe that in my heart that I need reactions out of people because of the way I was brought up and how I received gifts. Receiving gifts was mom got a raise, or it's Christmas, mom's fixing to go ballistic, or oh my gosh, it's our birthday, we're fixing to get presents out the wazoo. Like it's the way I was brought up. So what I'm trying to tell you is this lady that was placed into my life the past, I'm just going to say 6 months. I don't know how long she has taught me that the way I view giving is not the way God intends for us to give. I can't tell you exactly in the scripture where it talks about, what is, how he talks about it talks about giving and like, I know this ain't the correct word, but basically give secretive and not, do y'all know what I'm talking about? The scripture. It talks about giving with a pure heart and not needing a shout out. And this lady that has done this gives with a pure heart. And she's so genuine. And she's taught me I'm going to cry talking about it. She's taught me so many lessons about giving with a pure heart. And and it really didn't sink in with me until this past week. And I realized that you know how your mom teaches you to surround yourself with people that you want to be like? You know how your mom tells you that, or your grandmother or whatever? I've realized that she is somebody that I want to surround myself with because she is exactly the perfect image of what God tells us to do about giving. And I have decided in my head, I'm like, okay, anytime I give a gift, I'm going to have to remember in my heart this lady that gives with a pure heart, that is genuine, that gives because and she expects nothing. She doesn't want to shout out. She doesn't want to see my expression when she doesn't say, hey, when I'm fixing to send you something and I want to see what you look like when you do it. Like she doesn't need. I'm the person that gives and wants to see you do the. That's me. I want fireworks to go off. When I give you a gift, I want fireworks. Was that not hilarious? I want fireworks to go off when I give to you. I'm that person. I'm that person. But that's not really who I want to be. I want to be this person that gives and expects nothing in return and doesn't expect a shout out and doesn't expect. That's who I want to become. And I want to surround myself with people. And I encourage you to surround yourself with people that point you in the right direction. And for people that are like me and want fireworks to go off, I'm not calling you out. I'm not, because I'm you made over, y'all. I am so you. I am so guilty of it. But it's a wake-up call for all of us to give for the right reasons. And that's what this message is about today, is about giving for the right reasons. Before you give to someone, check yourself. Are you wanting recognition? Are you wanting validation? What are you needing? And I need all of that. I want validation. I want to know that I'm doing a good job. I want to know that you love me. I want to know all those things. I am so guilty of every one of them. And it is a flaw of mine, okay? But I think in my head, before I give a gift, I think in my head, I need to think of this lady that gives with a pure heart and expect nothing in return. Expectations get us in trouble. A lot of times, you know, when you go out and save your money or try to get the perfect gift for your loved one, we expect a reaction out of them. And when we don't get a reaction out of them, we get, where did you get the money for this? We cannot afford these diamond earrings. Where did you rob a bank? We do not. That's not the reaction you're wanting from your wife. You're wanting her to go, shut the front door. These are the most gorgeous gift I've ever seen. That's the expectation. When you give her this gift, that's the expectation that you're needing from her, because you went the whole entire year saving money for your Christmas fund to get her the perfect gift, and then she want to question you where you got the money. But see, if you break down what that wife is trying to tell you when she opens up the earrings and go, where did you get the money from this? What she's trying to tell you is, can we afford this? Did you take money out of the grocery budget? Like, don't do that. Don't take money out of the grocery budget and spend on me. But when you reassure her and you say, honey, you grab her by the hands and you go, honey, let me just tell you something. Every year for the past 5 years, I've not been able to buy you a gift. And this year, I went and opened a Christmas fund and I saved my money every paycheck, because I wanted to show you through a gift that I love you. And I hope every single time you wear these earrings and they shine, I hope it reminds you of the love that I have for you. Suddenly, she's like, you did what? Wait a minute. You opened a Christmas fund and saved money every paycheck just for me a gift? Yes. So your automatic reaction was to be fire engine mad because she questioned you where you got that money. because you were expecting her to be ripped up excited, but instead she's businesslike and was like, where did you get the money for this? You know, but if you break it down and go, she has no idea. She has no idea that I've been putting money back every single month for her. So obviously she's going to be questioning me where I got the money because she's going to think I done robbed a daggum bank to get these earrings. You got to be kidding. Is Tony on here? So I just say, and he's another person that gives with a pure heart. I hope that your takeaway from this is do not be like your Aunt Judy. Sometimes y'all put me on this pedestal that I'm like this perfect person and that I'm like all of that. No. I'm not. I learn something every day. And I learn through you guys. I learn how to give with a pure heart like I just got. I'm learning because your Aunt Judy is human being and I make so many mistakes. But I tell you my mistakes because I tell you how I do the things that I do and tell you where I got to where I am today because of all the crap that I've been through. But that's why if I wouldn't have broke down, if I would have just went, oh my gosh, she's giving me money, she's giving me money, she's giving me. That's not what I'm supposed to be learning. That person is teaching me so many lessons and she doesn't even realize it. And I told her this week, I said, I'm going to tell you what you have taught me. I can't expect Shane to do it. First of all, I don't think he can do a toe touch and a back handspring, but you can't give that way. You got to give with a pure heart. And I want you to take this away and I want you to think about you giving and what you're expecting in return and figure out why you do the things you do. Because if you don't figure out why you do the things you do, you can't get better. You have to know where it came from so that you can correct it. And I can't say that I'm fixing to like not expect anything in return ever again because it's a behavior that I have done for a long time. I've done it my whole life, as a matter of fact. I've always expected people to do donuts when I give them a present. And I've always done donuts when you give me presents because that is my personality. That's what I was brought up doing. But see, I'm having to retrain my brain and go, okay, Judy, give and don't expect anything in return. What does that even mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to practice it. You have to retrain your brain when you've done the same thing your whole entire life. You have to retrain your brain to think differently. And the first step is admitting it. And I'm at step 1. I'm admitting that this is a flaw of mine. All right, guys, today is Monday. I got to go herd some sheep and goats. And go let some animals out. I love you guys. You have got choices today. You can sit it out or you can dance. Part of dancing is learning how to be the best you can be. The best version of Judy is not the best version of Brenda. Brenda has a different version than Judy, but we should strive every day to be the best version of Judy you can be. And see, what happens is when you're the best version of you, you expect nothing in return. Okay. Like, I can't expect me to be this great. Like, you know how my New Year's resolution is to be a better wife? Well, that doesn't mean that Shane's New Year's resolution is to be a better husband. No, I have to stay in my own lane and expect nothing in return from Shane, even though I'm doing all this thing. I'm baking, I'm cooking, I'm trying to do all this stuff. That doesn't mean that I need the same thing from him. I have to stay in my own lane and only work on myself. I will see y'all Wednesday morning. Bye.